Hello, hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Dip in Time, a place of acceptance through curiosity and creativity. My name is Rhonda, and I'm really glad you're here. If you are new, please hit subscribe, and hit that notification button. If you are a returning dipster, welcome back. How are you guys? Muttnuts in the house. How are the piggy girls? Tammy's here. Hello. I cannot believe we're almost through September. So let's do a wrap up. This month has just like flown by, and I have some progress that I have made. I have a kit I am working on, and I'm bringing a third kit out to work on. We are going to take a look at the Beaded Sea Animals. What is the update on that? Where am I standing on Beaded Projects? And how am I keeping this all together? Let's find out. So let's remove this. Let's bring my face on. There we are. Okay, let me bring you down. Okay. There has been a lot going on, and I am very grateful for each and every one who have been very supportive throughout this month as we talk about complex PTSD, something that is quite close and dear to my heart. Something definitely I wasn't planning on having. And really appreciate just having a safe space to talk about what complex PTSD is, what are some of the symptoms, what burden complex is. And then last night we finished up our conversation for this month regarding healing with arts. And that's actually how I got into diamond painting. For those who are not familiar with complex PTSD, it is different than PTSD, where PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is around a singular event, and complex is multiple events, ones that reoccur and have a tendency to start in childhood. And it may not actually show symptoms until later in life, which was my case. When I thought I had everything resolved, sorted out, paved along, and it kind of came through. But we're going to use this as not woe is me, but if I can do it, others can do it, and we're not alone. So, as part of that event, I was working on a kit with one of my besties, Rebecca, Sparkle Sanctuary, and it was the Love in Every Hue by Mooney Maid. And I love this kit. It only came in round, so I did it in round. But this kit had a lot of meaning behind it. So let's turn the camera down, look at this kit, and we'll have a conversation about this beautiful art piece. This is a dandelion. It is designed by Carrie Illustrations. It is a 53 centimeters by 60 centimeters, so roughly about 21 inches by 24 inches. It has 62 colors. It has 1, 2, 3 ABs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dust drills. Look at that shine. Now, let me zoom you up so you can get a bigger picture of this beauty. Hello, diamonds around the world. How are you? So this is this beautiful kit. It has a lot of pastel colors in it. There is warmth. You can actually see the little fluffs of the dandelion, rosy cheeks, a smile. And as you zoom down, the dandelion leaves are holding a baby dandelion and a little snail. It is absolutely friggin' adorable. Now, what is the meaning behind this canvas? For me, throughout this summer, I volunteer with trauma survivors, and I do a creativity group with them. Throughout the summer, dandelions have come as part of our conversations. How people see dandelions and they think different things about dandelions. That they have different stages. How they can be used for different things. Dandelions leaves can be eaten. They're all edible. They're not poisonous. They are pollinator heaven. They draw all the pollinators around. They start small. They grow big. They turn yellow. Some children use them as put them underneath your chin to see if you like butter to get that yellow reflection. They also turn into puffs. And they get picked up by the wind, by the movement, and they spread. Now, some people may not like them. In some places, they are considered weeds, but they are a natural weed. They propagate very easily. And in childhood, you can make them as wishes. You can blow on them and make a wish. Right, mutts. They are the bees' first food. So the bees love them. Bunnies love the weeds or the leaves. Snails love them. And you can make medicinal medicines, herbal medicines. You can have, you can make tea out of them. You can also make paint. When they're yellow, you can make yellow paint out of them. There are so many different purposes and reasons for dandelions. The flower that kids pick and see if they like butter are a different flower called a buttercup. We actually did it with dandelions when we were little. That's interesting. So there's two. Bunnies love the whole plant. My piggy girls love them. Yes. Now there are different types of dandelions. And throughout the summer months, topics about dandelions kept coming up in our creative group. It wasn't planned. It just kind of came about. And we started looking at dandelions, and one of the activities we did was imagine you are a dandelion. Draw all the stages of a dandelion and imagine yourself as each of those stages and what may be some of the things you would like to carry forward. Put them on the puffs and let them float in the air and grow. Continue. And if there is something that you'd like not to continue, put them on a different fluff and let them blow somewhere else. This came up, and there were like little shows that came up. People will start to notice them differently. They had different feelings with them. And just before I went to the Crafters Paradise retreat in Texas this summer, Shay unboxed this one from Unimade. And I was like, there is the dandelion again. I have to have this dandelion. And I have to do it for September. So I was really hoping to be able to get this. And Unimade was there and they had it. And I was like, it's mine. It just has so much meaning to this. Now, it did have a lot of color blocking around the edges and even in some of the smaller sections, but there was a nice blend of confetti. I just love this piece. And I also shared it with our creative group with the trauma survivors and said this was our painting. So it turned out really good. You see all like the little darker specks in there. It just shines. I love the snail and the little face. Last night, Rebecca on Sparkle Sanctuary was working on this little section here, and she actually managed to finish it, which was so symbolic with what we were talking about. So have you guys done a Unimade kit before? This was my first. Now, I will say, I love the fact that it came with a sticker. It came with the sticker sheets that were already pre-cut, plus a little symbol sheet that I could put on the top of my containers, which I loved because then I could use the larger one inside my bags. I love the colors. I love how it was dimmer, paler, muted until you put the drills on it, and then it went, it just popped to life. I love the rendition of it. A couple of things I had a challenge with is certain colors were slightly smaller than other color drill sizes. And I had to be really patient when I got into those sections to cover up the symbol, because the symbol they used was slightly the same size as the drill. So if you didn't place it right on top, you could see an edge of the symbol. And I think that is something that can be remedied. The other drills didn't have that challenge with it. I think okay, so here's another thing I really loved. I love the symbols. There was a Pac-Man. There is a happy face. Where's the happy face? There's the happy face. I loved the symbols. I did not get, surprisingly enough, I did not get the happy face the circle with the cross, the @ sign. I didn't get the ones that were all very similar. I did not get confused on them. And I think part of that was because they were all different colors, which was wonderful. Now they were all in the same spectrum. It would have been a challenge. So this is this beautiful little one. So this one's going to hang on my wall while I work on the other ones. Okay. Now I did focus on this one. It is a round. Rounds are slightly larger than squares, therefore, like the drill size. So there's less drills in a round than there is in a square, which means I could complete this one faster. So I finished this one on Sunday with my creative group, and someone was asking me how many days I had worked on it. I started it September 2nd on CPTSD Awareness Day, and I finished it this past Sunday. So about 21 days. I don't have hours because I don't track hours. So, you know, that's not bad. Not bad. Okay. But there was another kit I was working on. I didn't get very far on it as others. And that is my cat fedora, the Garden Cottage by Cat Fedora by Munimade. This one is a 60 by 75, which is about 24 inches by 30 inches. This one is full of color. It is a square, so it's going to take me longer to do, but I absolutely love this one. This one has 80 colors. There are 3 ABs, 6, 7 dust drills, and I've got half the kitty done. I've got the heart on it. I love the mixture of colors, so it just shimmers. So it, you know, considering this is my first time with Munimade, it was nice to have a round and a square so I could do some comparisons. Now the squares fit quite nicely together. And I have really noticed that I like squares because there is no gapping of glue between the drills. So there's less dipper hairs on it, or dust, or things that I pick up from the carpet when I place it on the carpet when I'm flipping things. So I didn't get as far on this one, but I am going to continue working on this one. And, you know, I hadn't thought about it until just now, but I have bees in this one, which I knew, but that's the connection with the other diamond painting, the dandelion, the pollinators. And then we have some moths and butterflies up on top. It's the pollinators. And then there's more at the top as well. So I hadn't thought about the connection. I love the bees. I watch the bees in my backyard quite frequently. I love flowers. I love the bright colors. I love animals. And I am going to get this one finished. So I'm not quite halfway. And this one does, like I said, it's square, so it'll be longer to do. It's also more confetti heavy. Once I get into like the moon, the flowers up here, the leaves, that is where you'll get more color blocking. But in these butterflies, that's where you'll get your confetti. So that is what I'm going to be working on. Now I know the Cat Fedora event is this month. I didn't get it finished. That's okay. I did it because I wanted to do it. So this is going to bring me enjoyment. And this is so going to be healing for me. with all the bright colors and back to nature and just calmness and tranquility. Like if you look at the colors down here, they absolutely flow. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's number 2. So I'm also working on the Asian themed all year DP along. Hello, Margarita. How are you? And I finished the tigers. And this is one of my favorite kits. If you know me, you know what kit this is. And I didn't finish it. So I'm bringing it back out to finish for Asian themed all year DP along. It is my Asian elephant. So I got it started. I am doing enhancements in this. I did do some of it for bling in the new year, hence the release papers from Crash with Crashleys. And I've got all the bling for this. You can see the little piggy toes for the elephant. This one had 54 colors. 1, 2, 3. It came with 3 ABs and 2 dust drills. And I went and got tons of enhancements. Okay, let's see if I can. Let's try how you do this. Bring this one up. So there are pearls for squares. There are crystals. There are there's glitter ones in here. I'm replacing certain ones. I have one of our wonderful friends in the community gave me special quad drills to use for the headpiece. Those are going on. And you'll notice that I started on the first one, on the first top, and then I went to the bottom. Yes, you saw that correct. Tia, how are you? There's a reason why I did that. Because I started this when I was puppy sitting a year ago, last summer. And this is the first kit I have blinged up without an enhancement kit already pre-made. I had people at the Great Lakes Retreat look at this kit, give me suggestions, what their thoughts were, and then I placed an order for all the bling. So it was challenging to try and remember in my head which ones go where. And up here, there is quite a bit of confetti. Like, just saying, confetti. And my brain was hurting. My brain was hurting. So I allowed myself to go down to the bottom where there wasn't as much confetti to bling this up. Now, one of the other things I have noticed, and I haven't gotten back to it yet, is in this section, there are crystals and pearls for squares. However, I'm not liking how this looks right here, and I changed it up for this one here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to tweak this more so it looks more realistic like this one here. Because this one has crystals in it and there are some pearls for squares in it. And being new, I just kind of plopped them down. And now that I've got a little more experience behind me, I'm going to go in and update that. The other thing that I've done with this one is on this image, focus, the trunk is actually connected and it didn't look right. So this piece here actually came down. And I was like, no, I don't want it connected. I'm going to try and blend it in. So I did some, had my son come out. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold it up. What do you think? Well, almost, Mom. You need a little bit more here. I'm like, okay. So it's great to have somebody else take a look at it, pick it up, hold it up for you so you can look at it from a different perspective. I have learned all these little tricks and hints and techniques from all my beautiful people that have shared it with me. So that is what I am going to be working on. And I am going to get this one finished, same as my cat fedora one, this year. That is my desire. That is my want. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. And if I don't, then I'll just carry it on for next year. I'm not going to stress about it. But this one is absolutely gorgeous. Now, for those that also know, this is the one. This one came from Rhinestone Goddess. It is by Stellar Designs, and they don't have it anymore. But 3 Crazy Cats has it. And they didn't realize about the trunk until they went to do it too, and they re-rendered the trunk. So you don't need to worry about working on this little section. If you want this kit, 3 Crazy Cats has it. And in my description, there is a discount code you can use on it. I just love this one. It is just absolutely stunning. Okay, so those are the 3 diamond paintings updates. Those are the updates. Now, last week, I don't know, T, if you saw this or not. Do you remember these little boxes, guys? Let me bring you down. Close your eyes. Boom. Aha. Do you remember these little guys? These are the beaded, 3D beaded sea animals. And I unboxed them last week. Yes, Tia, Seed Bead Project. You know me. Nothing I won't try. Everybody. I end up getting all of these. There is 6 of them. I got all of them. The one that everybody said, I vote for this one, is this one, Tia. You ready? Look at this turtle. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. So cute. He just makes me happy. So I opened it up last week, and we all kind of went, oh my God. Not because of what it's going to take to do these, but when we opened the box, there was no needle to actually sew these together. There was no instructions. This is the only piece of paper. And those are the instructions. And some of the beads, they don't even say green, and I have green. Yeah, so these are like 11. I mean, they're really pretty. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, not a complete kit. So for this one, We have green, although I don't see where green is on the image. We have white pearl. We have egg white or light cream color. We have like a really brown color. We have a gold color. Oh, and I had the blue. I had a dark blue. A dark blue. Doesn't look like this. And it talks about like brown beads, and then they talk about black. And I'm like, okay, only dark green beads. I only have one green bead. So I don't know what that means. And I mean, it comes with the cloth, it comes with the scissors, it comes with the thread, and it comes with the filler. All 6 kits are missing the exact same thing. No needles, no inventory sheet, and those be the instructions. So we looked at them. So what I did, I got them off Amazon. It is a third party. So I reached out to them and just let them know, you know, this is not a complete kit. Not all the colors are actually correct. And there's no needle. So you can either give me a refund and I will send these back, or you can send me new kits. What we've decided is they offer to do a partial refund. So I get half my money back. I don't need to send the kits back. And I went, okay, no worries. Then I found another company on Amazon that has all 6 of these for half the price that I paid for this. So I ordered them. Different company. It's in transition right now. And I'm going to open it and see how theirs compare to this one. So, oh, I'm sorry, guys. My bad. See, I actually wrote down on the bottom of them what they were. So here's the seahorse, and this is what I got. So, anyways, I decided, you know what? If I can get to figure out what these are, then I can make 2 of them. And if they're willing to at least give me a partial refund and I don't have to ship them back, that's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. So that's the update on these. So like I said, I have 6 of these. I have a whale, I have a shark, I have 2 octopus, a seahorse, and a turtle. No 2 beads. No. Right? Yep, right? Like, that's what the conversation we had last week. I'm like, oh, this one's going to have like little tubular beads. I mean, I can see these ones being like, these beads just angled differently. But I'm like, where's the 2 beads? I need these. And there was none in there. Yeah. To say I was very disappointed. For those that were here, or if you've seen the replay, I was very gobsmacked. Although Dipper has loved the packaging that I had for these kits, and she has run away and hid them. So that's where these ones stand. So I will show you those ones. And in the meantime, so Tia, did you see my bracelet I made last week? I need to figure out how to do the ends, but I'm so proud of myself. I started with a more simple, basic bead pattern on a bead loom, which I have never done. So I'm really impressed. But Rhonda, where do we stand with the other bracelet? Great question. So I have found, this is the gradient one that we're going to do. I found it on Pinterest. It actually gave me the copy link to the actual page. What it's very fuzzy, so I can't really read the text. But I know it has 3 colors. And I had to figure out how many beads. It's 15 across and it's 100 down, 100 rows. So that would be 1,500 beads. So I figured out, here's the pattern. I wrote out the pattern. And then I had to make sure that my calculations were all correct. So I figured this one out. This is the next one I'm going to do. And based off what you guys were asking me, we're going to do like a dark blue purple, or like this would be perfect. So I have one that's similar to this. I'm going to use that as the dark color. I'm going to do the blue for the middle color. And then I have a magenta for the light color. So that's what I'm going to work on. Okay. Now, you guys know me. When I find something I like, I want to go big or go out. So look at this beautiful creature. Look at this beautiful creature. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, it does show me in like a cross stitch pattern. It actually shows me how to do it. It says 12 colors, 26 strings is 25 by 100 dimensions. But I want to do it as a seated bead. I want to do it as a beaded, because what I want to do is I want to put it here as part of a book so I can have it on the outside and put the elastic inside the elastic. Never done it. We're going to figure it out. So because this is only a PDF, I transposed this into Excel and I figured out what colors. I like my colors. And how many beads I need for each one of them. And I finished doing that today. But I'm going to do that one first. Then I saw this one because I was thinking of the Asian themed DP along. And this is like the cherry blossoms with the little temple in the background. And there's Mount Fuji. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. And it is all beads. But that's a lot more complicated than that. I know that one looks complicated. Yeah. So we're going to do this one first. I'm just saying. So let me bring back my face. Let's have a chat. I'm going to look into the chat box. And then we're going to make sure we head over to watch Tia. There we are. Okay, now I need this one back up. Oh my God, that's really bright. Oh, we got that. Okay, we are live. Did I blind myself? There we go. Yeah, right, Tia. A conversion app where you could convert a DP or a cross stitch pattern into a CB pattern. Right. And that's actually what I'm going to be doing with my Egyptian elephant. Is I have that one down. I have the pattern from the painting to a cross stitch. And I really want to add seed beads and three-dimensional stuff into it. I probably could have done that with this one too. I would have had to crop it, save it as a JPEG, and then I probably could have done that. But where were you when I was thinking about it? You were at home, and I didn't think about it. But that's okay. Actually, it was funny because my son came down while I was doing this one, and he's like, "Are you just doing that for fun?" Because I was in Excel. I made all the squares same size. I had it lined up. Right? When in doubt, let's pay Cheryl to be our math whiz. She really figures out those borders and conversions way faster than I can. I know. I'm like, okay. You make a great point. Yes. So yeah, because you can. It's actual. Okay, no, that's another thought. Let me get there first. Let me finish this one first. Yeah, right. I can imagine the call to customer service. No instructions and the beads seem to be off color. Yeah. And I know they can be, be different dye lots. I totally get that. But when it says black and you have red brown, that's not black. But I have black. So I'm just going to mix and match them. But I was a little disappointed because they weren't cheap. And so there's backstory to that. I found the kits first and I bought them through PayPal. And it said 3 to 7 days. And I never got them. And I followed up with them and something just seemed off. And thank God I did it through PayPal because PayPal helped. And I showed them all the documentation and I got my refund. They never showed up, but I got my refund. And I'm talking about like 100 Canadian dollars. Ouch. Then I found them on Amazon and this is what I got. And I got a partial refund. So that's okay. Now I found them for half the price. But I'm curious because it's a different company and it's supposed to be coming a different way. They should be here between October 14th and November 9th, I think it is. So that's not that far away. We're less than a month away. And I can wait because I can work on these other ones, right? Yeah, I'll just figure it out. Yeah, you make a good point though. So they may be aware of the competition, so they were willing to split the difference to make some profit. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the difference is between the two kits because they're identical. They are identical. Even the pictures, the images are identical. But if I can figure out how to make them, there are so many beaded animals on Pinterest I so want to make. But I'm going to start with the whale because it's the most color blocking. The hang of it. Never worked on a bead loom either. Actually, it's not that bad. No, I drop it. I got it at Michael's. I had it for about 3-4 years, and I used it last week. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard at all. It's more of just getting familiar with it. So that's why I want to do the gradient one. Yeah, if the second set are good, they will be so cute. Yeah, I know. I was even trying to see if there was like a YouTube tutorial, because a lot of the ones I've found have tutorials for them. So if I can find a tutorial, I found one similar to the turtle, but not quite the turtle. But if there isn't, and I can figure out how to do it, when I do the second one, I will do the tutorial. So then other people can make them too. Yeah, me too. I start getting all the items needed. I buy until I have more than enough supplies, and I try to make multiple projects with the items. Yeah. 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 Margarita, did you have typey fingies? Or did one of your fur babies grab the keyboard? Because I know Dipper did that to me one day. I was actually on T-Moz live, and Dipper woke up and I was playing with her and she ran across my keyboard and I didn't realize that. And they're all like, Rhonda, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Well, you just said something really strange. It didn't make any sense. I'm like, oh, sorry, that was Dipper. She was saying hi. It's big, well, way bigger than I thought it would be. You can get different types of loom. This one is fairly basic one. So it's got the teeth up here and here, and it's got 2 of these, and you stick them down here. I've got slippery fingers tonight. And it actually comes with needle, a threader, and some beads. So you just, this one's actually, and you plop it on. You get the number of strings you need. You tie one end here, string it across, loop it around the other one, tape it down, and you are ready to go. Ready to go. So I'm hoping to use this. Oh, I'm going to use that for the gradient bracelet. Yeah. So it's not bad. And like I said, I've had it a number of years, and I've actually opened it. I just never used it. So now I'm using it because I have this itch for beads. And I really wanted it. Tia says, yes, many of the seed bead projects I found do have YouTube tutorials. You can get the link when you pay for the project. Yeah. Well, there's ones too that they're free to watch, right? And you can get ones that when you buy the pattern, you get the link to the full tutorial, which is awesome. I've already started my list. Yes, I'm okay. My boss grandbaby. Okay, good. Yeah. Tammy says, I found out today that Art Dot Color Lot doesn't match T-Moz drill colors. Oh, they're way off, so you can't. Oh, so you can't bling. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, and that's where it's nice to have like the color sheet with the drills from each of the different locations. So if you get bling from T-Moz, DP with sparklers, or if you get diamond painting drills, you have like Jada Gem Shop special drills, enhancements from them. You have each one of them, and you can try and match them up as best as can. Yeah, I need to work on my lots of little projects I need to work on, but I have. It's okay. It's okay. I had a squirrel moment. So I don't know if you guys know. There is like this Kickstarter company that highlights new products and tools and gadgets. And I'm waiting for mine to come in. I just had to have it. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But it is a printer that hooks up to your computer, and it will actually print like paint by numbers, like the actual canvas. It works on canvas, it works on different materials. So I theoretically could do this, print it on material, like canvas material, and you guys could fill in the colors just like a diamond painting. I was like, that is so cool. You could make your own puzzles. So I'm really excited to see it. Some people have gotten it already. And I'm just waiting. I don't know. I hope cross my fingers. It's another new gadget. I wanted the gadget. My husband likes gadgets. My son likes gadgets. I like gadgets too. I think we were maybe like probably connected to Inspector Gadget. Okay, long ago, there was a show where there was an inspector who had like gadgets. He had like go gadget arm, and his arm would like stretch, or his legs. Okay, I'm dating myself. I know. So yeah. So these are the other ones. Like we have like the magenta that I was thinking of doing for that one. And then I found this pattern that has like a little puppy that you make like a balloon puppy out of it. Oh my gosh. Tammy says, I just don't have patience to sit there and try to match. I think I have half colorblind. Oh, you might be. It's hard for me to compare color to each other. It is, especially when they're really, really close. You have to have an eye for it, and not everybody has it, and it can be very, very frustrating. So if you have someone who has their colors and then they can match them up, that would be awesome. But it was a lot of work and time and patience and skill. My son would not be doing it. I can tell you that right now. So when I did the tiger, sorry. When I did the tiger, I was pretty brain dead afterwards. I started yesterday, and then I finished it today. I still need to confirm my counts, but oh, you remember that show? Yay! Yay! So let me know what you guys are working on. It is almost to the hour, and then we're gonna go join Tia and see what she has up her sleeve. Phew, a ton of math. Yeah. Well, I did in Excel because then I could I used to be really good at Excel. And I'm like, well, I could probably do like an AliExpress Winnie the Pooh double-sided adhesive. Oh, that's the one you're working on. I can't believe you're doing double-sided. I I'm not a huge fan of double-sided. I have to be in the mood for double-sided. But I do have, I will say, I do have some that are double-sided that are from Amazon, de-stash sites. So maybe I'll pull one of those out. I have one started, so maybe I'll pull it out and I can work along with you, Tia. Then I won't be alone. I like that idea. I like that idea. Yeah, it's hard to return a double-sided adhesive, but I'm making it a goal to work on the remainder of the month when I do sit down to diamond paint. Okay, perfect. So I know exactly where mine is. I will go get it, bring it out, and I will work on it while I'm listening to you. That is a deal. Yes. So you guys need a quick break before Tia gets on. So I'm going to say good night. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the support, the thoughts, the prayers. Makes a huge difference. Oh no, Tammy says I have 3 whips going to be 4 on October 1st. I don't know what I'm working on for October. You guys need to give me some suggestions for October. Okay. So in the comments after the live in YouTube, let me know what you're working on and give me some suggestions to work on for October. I will see you guys next week. Please do hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much, Tia. Yeah, and Mutz has 9 whips going. She did finish one, though. So we're all going to cheer each other on, and I will see you guys next week.